Alright, I'm back here. One of the first things I do when I start a restoration, I don't start pulling any bolts or anything like that. I just look it over really close, find the broken parts and all that, like we did in the last go around here. And then I take it and I douche the whole thing down. I mean, I completely soak the bike down in like a WD-40 or 6-way or a PB Blaster, whatever you want. As you can see, this thing is soaking wet with that stuff. And this bike's been sitting a long time, so these bolts are all frozen, rusted, so on and so forth. A lot of the small fasteners are not going to want to come loose. So you do this and you allow and let it sit a day or two like that before you start tearing things apart, and it really helps out. A lot of guys just start cranking bolts and they start snapping stuff and they're like, oh gosh darn. Well, that's why, because they didn't take a time to give this thing an opportunity to break itself free to some degree. Now, all that being said, this thing's got a lot of issues, a lot more than I even indicated in the first video. But it's a plus or a minus, depending on how you look at it. I gotta be honest, I'm looking at this thing, and it's only got 359 miles on the speedometer. That's all it's got on there. Yeah, the speedometer was disconnected. The common thing to do that was to take that off when they did that 21-inch wheel change. But this thing, bars are bent. It's got a couple of little dings on the side of the tank, but everything else, down to the tank pad and everything else, is all original. This thing has really not been monkeyed with much. I think they broke that when they wrecked it, and then they didn't have much success with that, and they parked this thing, and I don't think it sat very much. That's why the motor is actually in such good shape. So I think I got me a little jewel here, motor wise, and it's gonna make it a little easier for me to do the restoration. Well, we'll see. I may be talking out my rear end, you know, but right now I'm kind of happy with where we're at.